This is an unboxing slash review video for this intelligent blender. Straightforward out of the box. Inside, outside of the box. It looks like it's a large container. I gotta see how many milliliters it holds, but it looks like it's a big bulky one. Oh, it's right here. Bottle capacity 700 ml. Stainless steel, 12 volt, 300 watts. Charging time 3 to 4 hours. Single working time 30 seconds. 10 seconds pulse blend mode. I wonder if it shows you the 1800 RPM motor speed. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's check out the actual product. Right off the bat, we have a charging cable. This looks like the cap or something, but we'll figure it out in a second. And then here's the actual product. The box, nice white color I selected. They have other colors as well. They have black. They have a few other different choice color options. I went with white. It's standard, neutral. It has gray, gray finishing, gray, what's the word I'm looking for? Gray, gray top, gray handle. Also has a handle right here too. I've never seen that before. A big, large base. This screws out to the top. Gray finishing. There we go. Gray finishing at the top. Has a spout right here that opens. So you can close it like that. Open it. And if you want to, you can lock it. So that's pretty cool. It's a little extra designed lid. Open, close, and then lock. And then we have here the strainer. That's nice, a little strainer. That way, when you make, let's say you have fruit in here and you blend it to make a smoothie with actual fruit. You can blend it like that, or just put this to the side, close it, blend, and then if you can drink it just like that if you'd like to, or you can put this here, pour it out, or put it like that and pour it out, and the chunks of fruit and skin or whatever will fall in here, and you can easily discard it. Inside you have a large capacity. That's the blade inside. Very nice looking blade. Has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads, and the teeth on the blades are very, looks like there's 2 that are sharp, and then the other side is like rigid, like a saw type of design. So it's like the blades have 2 different variations on them, which is pretty cool. So it should be able to blend. Oh, look at that. It even has lights at the bottom. That way you can know that it's being opened. That's the blade. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blades. This one is curved. See the teeth right here? It's like a saw type of teeth. And then the bottom right here is sharp blades, some more curves, so that way when it spins, it chops, cuts, and slices. It's a big motor. That's where you charge it. I'm assuming it's waterproof. I'll double check. This is the container lid. It's very nice. It can't work when charging. It can't work until the 2 arrows of the cup and the base are aligned. That's good. So it has some security features. That way you don't accidentally cut your finger with a running blade. So when it opens, it will stop and you can't work it. the blade. Has little pictures here to tell you what it does. Before using this product, do not put the base into a dishwasher. This is the base. Do not put your hands inside the blender when working. I guess that's from the top. So yeah, these are all the parts for the blender. Let's see how loud the motor is, and then I'm gonna test it out later, make a smoothie, and see how good it does. But let's just see the motor for now. So close all the way, screws tightly. It lights up green when it's secured. The strainer you can leave to the side or put it in. Close the lid tightly. Boom. And then there's two buttons here. Let's see what it does. Pretty cool. It lights up. Okay, different colors. Very nice. Very solid, big blender with lights. And the bottom has, when you place it down, it has a lining here. That way it's non-slip. It's sturdy. It stays in place. So there's two buttons. This is just for, you hold it for a few seconds. Or just press it, actually, just press it. It turns on, it's a straight, straight to it blend. Press it to stop once. And the bottom one changes the color of the light, but it also, the blend is like, you hear it, listen. It's straight. Pretty cool. You hear it, it like boom, blend, stop, blend, stop. So it's like a different kind of mode for the blender. Very cool. I like this a lot. I'm definitely gonna try it out and see how well it blends fruits and juices and makes a nice smoothie. I also use this for the gym to work out. I make shakes. So yeah, it looks very cool, very nice.
Just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to make a quick hot cocoa with this. About 8 ounces of milk, a tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa, and I just like a tiny bit of sweetness, so I just use this mix, just a tiny bit of it. And one of the things I was disappointed in this about was they give you this nice cap. The purpose being you put it on the bottom if you want to use this to drink your smoothie. But I would assume, since this is pretty even top and bottom, that this would fit on the top, because I'm not going to be drinking out of this ever. I'm always going to be pouring into something else, so it would be nice if this had fit, so I don't have to bother with this bulky top. But no, it doesn't fit. So I was disappointed in that. But I found this old Tupperware top that just happens to fit on the top. But I have to hold it. Anyway, so you double click. And then it just reverses on its own. It's not really necessary for this. Alright, and then no, perfect amount. And I'll heat this in the microwave and have a quick cup of hot cocoa. I'm just going to put a little water in this to rinse it out. I want to show you, a lot of people complain about this leaking, but I think I'll give it a quick rinse. This top has a weird thing. It doesn't just click in place. This has to be screwed really tight. And I think that might be where people aren't getting it tight enough, and so it leaks. But see, it doesn't really leak. So I think that's the problem. They're just not screwing this tight enough. This is not important to me, but people complained about it, so I guess it's something that matters to other people. And then they were complaining about having to take this off and then put this on. It's just more trouble than it's worth as far as I'm concerned. I'd rather just pour it into another cup for drinking. Anyway, I'm overall happy with it. I just don't think it's quite powerful enough. It's only 300 watts. I have a little 600 watt bullet that is a little bit smaller than this. It doesn't have quite the capacity, but it works a lot better with hard fruits. Like I have frozen strawberries and blueberries, and this mixed it, but it just really struggled where my other one doesn't struggle with it. So I don't even think I would probably use this for smoothies, just basically maybe protein shakes or cocoa and things like that. But they did a pretty good job designing it. Like as I said, I just think this should have fit the top as well as the bottom. Also, another thing to mention, my other bullet, if for some reason you run out of battery, you can just plug it in and still use it. That's not the case. It doesn't work when it's plugged in, so that's something to keep in mind also.
So not to waste a lot of time, I got everything set up here to test this Divan portable blender for the first time. So we're doing this together for the first time. There's several pieces. There's the container part, and this lower part screws on and off, which holds the blender and the motor. When you screw it off, you turn it upside down. This cap would go on the bottom of your container. After cleaning out your blender, this cap would protect the blender part. There's, if you were to do fruit or something, some pulp that you don't want to drink, there's a filter you can set in on the top. And then here's the cap itself on the very top. I'm going to attempt to make a little malt here. I thought that would be a good test with some banana and milk and ice cream. Also, before I go on, after you're done, you have this cover that will go on your container. So I'm going to put in a couple bananas. Get it to go in there. Ice cream. Some milk. Screw on the top. Now, the buttons on the front, you double press them to get a forward or reverse. If you look very closely, there's a little, they have a red arrow, but that peels off. There's a little plastic arrow, must align with, I don't think you can see it, an arrow here, otherwise it won't work. So here we go. I'm going to go in the opposite direction. I don't know how long I'd have to mix this, but I'll pour it in a glass so we can see together. You can see it did a pretty good job with mixing it. So I could leave it in there, put my cap on, turn it upside down, unscrew, screw on my cap on the bottom of my container, put it in my thermal barrier, and away we go.
So we have milk and we are adding cubes of mango. Okay, so we have our cubes of mangoes and milk in here. So I'm tight. And then we had this apart. Make sure these arrows are lined up together. Right? And you double click to go clockwise and double click here to go counterclockwise. It's on tight. And the light set on the bottom. And let's go the other way. And you can see these nice colors. Just show that it's going the other way. It's even rotating the light and the waves going. Doing it by itself. So once you leave it alone, it does it by itself, little by little. You don't have to stop it, which is very, really good. Otherwise you have to stop it and you have to move the food around. That's it. Pretty smooth, like a smoothie. So in case you're wondering where this bottom lid goes, so say if you want it to go, right? And you don't want this lugging around with this big USB. So before you detach it, you gotta make sure this is tight, this is on tight, flip it upside down, and then you can remove the USB motor, right, the blade, and then put the bottom lid on. And now you can get it to go because it's gonna weigh a lot less than with this big motor in hand. So in case you're wondering, that's how it is. And you still can drink from up here. Very well designed. Wish this could be glass, but it's plastic. But overall, I like it. Very nice. As you saw in the video previously, that it blends both ways, so which you don't have to stop and move the fruit or the ice around. So overall, very good product.
Alright, so I figured I would just show what I'm doing here. I added yogurt into the bottom. I'm hoping that's good enough to be used as liquid. I mean, it should be. That's how normal blenders work. Maybe a couple more little pieces of banana up top. And then let's try to blend it. Impressive. You might have to stir it up, but it's normal with Amy blender. Oh, and it's doing the intelligent thing, which means the blade is stuck. Alright, well, I gave it a little stir, or a little, I put my spoon in the bottom of it. I must have got out whatever was clogging it. Oh, that is literally beautiful. I cannot wait to try it. Oh, it's stuck again. Now I added another couple pieces of banana, some more yogurt, so I can drink it as full as possible. And I think it also does that, not necessarily when it gets stuck, but when it's like done blending. Yeah, so this is absolutely gorgeous. It tastes amazing. I did stop and do a taste test, and I will write the rest of my thoughts in my review.
Take a look at this intelligent blender. It comes in a nice box. It does have all the information here. It says that you should charge it using a 5-volt 2-amp adapter. It does not come with that wall plug. You will need to provide your own. I have found them at my local store that normally used to sell things for $1. Most of those were 5-volt 2 amps. It comes with this filter. I don't know what I'd actually use it for. You've got your lid here. There is a rubber gasket inside. There's also another rubber gasket inside up here. If you do not have this fully screwed on, when you turn it on, it does run out the lid and over the side. But you've got your regular spot there where it also fits on as well. Also, one thing about this blender is you do not actually have to have the lid attached in order to turn it on and run it. So I can fully remove that. See down on the inside of it. It runs for 10 seconds and then it will pulse for 10 seconds. That's that sound good. And then it runs for an additional 10 seconds after it completes the pulsing cycle. Shuts off automatically after 30 minutes, sorry, 30 seconds. And then it does have a separate base that you can attach to it. If you don't want to take the blender places that you're going to go, it does come with the cable and an instruction booklet.
Smoothie, 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 smoothie. You my smoothie, 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 smoothie. There's times I get lost in the sauce. I ain't never think what it costs. I be thinking with the wrong head eggplant. Top of the morning on a 10 chin.
doing this for about a week now. When I plug it in for the very first time, it goes red like it's charging, and then it pretty much immediately goes green. So then, okay, it should be charged. By the way, this has been charging all night. Battery's dead.
Known as the Pearl of the Desert, inspiring legends of its awesome